I first was introduced to reflexology about 8 years ago when a friend of mine gave me a gift certificate for 4 reflexology sessions with Barb. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen in the sessions, but it sounded like a great idea. So when I went to the first session with Barb, I came home and I was amazed at how much better energy I had and how much my whole overall feeling for life was better. I felt more relaxed, I felt energized, I felt like I could just keep going and doing all day long. By the second session, when I went back and Barb worked on me again, I had some other small health issues that also started to improve. I have a spastic colon, which the symptoms of that literally disappeared, and I also have your typical hay fever, and that was dramatic in how much better I felt with the hay fever. Over the 4 sessions, I knew immediately that this was something that I believed in and something that I wanted to do. I go to a chiropractor, I do massages, I've done a lot of different alternative, but this really made the most dramatic difference in my life. So about 2 years ago, I am a licensed wildlife rehabilitator. I was out early in the morning collecting branches for my herd of fawns, and as I was cutting the branches, one of the branches poked me in the eye. It hurt, and I thought that I was going to get better as the day went on, but by the time I got back home, I was in so much pain that my husband said I needed to call our eye doctor. I went into him, and he said that I had torn the cornea of my eye so badly that what he needed to do was put a medicated contact lens on my eye. After he put the contact lens in, then he instructed me that I had to put eye drops, several different kinds of eye drops in the eye through the day, and that he wanted me to come back the next day where he could remove the contact and then look at my eye, but that it was a very serious injury and I needed to take it easy in what I was doing. I got home and I immediately called Barb to see if she had any openings for me the next day, which she did. I went in the next morning to her and she worked on me, focusing on my eye and on the healing of the eye. By the time I got out of there, my eye felt much better, and when I went to the eye doctor that afternoon, we had a different eye doctor that came in and looked at my eye. He was a young doctor in the office. He took off the contact and he looked at me a little bit perplexed, and he said, I need to go and talk to one of the senior doctors and have him come in and look at your eye. So then I was getting a little bit worried, thinking, okay, what's going on with my eye? But when the senior doctor came back in and looked at my eye, he then stepped away and looked back at me and said, what have you been doing with your eye? And I said, well, I've been doing the drops like you said, and I also went into a reflexology session this morning. He kind of brusquely brushed it away, but said, well, we won't need to put any more contact lenses on you. Your eye is healed. So continue with the drops for a couple days, but we don't need to see you anymore. So by the time I got home from the eye doctor, I called Barb and told her what had gone on, and obviously she was overjoyed at the healing that had taken place. It didn't take something like this to make me a believer in the reflexology. My body can feel when I'm done with that reflexology how much better I feel. And when I have missed a couple weeks and I haven't gone on my regular schedule, I can also feel the difference in my body and that I need the reflexology again. So it doesn't take the dramatic things like my eye to make me a believer, but I think it takes the dramatic things like that to maybe make others believe in what reflexology does. It's good for me physically, it's good for me emotionally, and it's very, very good for me mentally. By the time I finish my sessions, I feel rejuvenated. My life is nonstop craziness with everything that I can pack into a day, And because of reflexology, I'm able to continue and maintain my good health. So I'm very grateful to Barb and all she's done for me over the years.